with the criminal act of disrupting church services. There's a section of the Canadian Criminal Code which prohibits disrupting the order and solemnity of a religious service. And the Unitarian Church of Montreal used that on me to try to end my outdoor protest. So it's a law that's clearly intended to prevent a service being disrupted, you know, like somebody inside the church causing a scene or whatever, but they tried to use it on me for an outdoor protest. So like 3 years later I was acquitted, but it's, you know, just, again, intimidation, bullying.
3 years to acquit you?
Yes. Yeah, court, you know, once it goes to court, because I was not going to plead guilty, you know, I said, no, this is going to court. If you don't drop it, it's going to court, and they didn't drop it. Even though before going to court, I said, look, you can't see me, you can't hear me, you know, how can I possibly be disrupting a church service? And the Crown prosecutor said, oh, well, I've got witnesses, you know, okay, fine. So I went to court. And, you know, court takes time. You know, I'm not saying I was like in court for 3 years, but you know, spread over 3 years. You got a date here. Exactly. Yeah. It was like 6 months between this date and that one, you know. So anyway, I represented myself because it was like such total bullshit. I said, I don't need a lawyer for this. It's like so impossible to prove me.
Stay out of the plans.
Like it's almost inconceivable that I'd be found guilty. So I said, I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to represent myself. And if I lose, I'll get a lawyer and go to appeal, you know?
And even if you had a lawyer,
exactly, you know,
so drag it out to get as much money from you.
Exactly, yeah. Right. So I didn't spend a dime on lawyer, and I represented myself. And so I'm cross-examining the witnesses myself, and I say, you know, can you hear me in the church? No. It would have been a colossal lie if they said yes. So they acknowledge they can't hear me. So that's strike one, you know. Can you see me inside the church? One guy says yes. Now I know the church in Montreal, it's like mostly brick with a few slit windows, and the congregation is seated looking this way, the windows are over there. The only way you can see me is if you're like looking this way, you might see the top of my head go by the window, you know? So I say to a guy, I said, how can you see me? Oh, well, people are staring out the windows of the lobby. Now they have a glass atrium lobby. So I say, do you celebrate services in the lobby? No. Strike two, you know. So then I said, has a service ever actually been disrupted? Because, you know, it's all about disrupting the order and solemnity of service. Oh, well, yes, I feel terribly uncomfortable inside when you're out there protesting. I'm going, excuse me, the law is not against people feeling uncomfortable. The law is about a service being disrupted. Has the service ever stopped and started again as a result of my protest, you know? No. Boom, boom, boom. See you later, buddy. 45 seconds over 3 years. It's like over. The lawyer, the prosecutor threw in the towel.
Yeah, that seems a bit...
No, it's insane. It was lots of fun, I can assure you. But I have the audio recordings of the whole thing. The best $7 I spent on a CD.
Oh, but you have to purchase...
Yes, and it's not cheap anymore. Like now if I want to get the same thing, it probably cost me a couple $100. Yeah, because they charge by the minute. They charge like $8 for the CD and maybe 2 minutes, and then everything else is like 30 cents a minute or something. So if the trial's like so many hours, you know, you're looking at...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're starting to find a way to make money everywhere.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's it too, is like this legal intimidation, part of it is they want you to spend money on lawyers, you know, they want you to go broke spending money on lawyers, you know. I said, just forget it, I'm not doing that, you know. Like I said, I had fun, and it didn't cost me a dime, and they looked like idiots, and I won. So.
Yeah. They kind of put a fear of court in you.
That's it. It's intimidation. And a lot of people are afraid. Like a lot of people getting the letter I got probably would have deleted the blog post, you know.